Woo! It's kind of early. All right, Mike, pull yourself together. You can come out with more energy than that. Back in. Woo! All right, let's get the day started. Okay, we got a busy day lined up today. We're gonna be working on a farm. Not this farm, but another farm, a homestead that is in the making. I'm gonna be going to help them set up their very first garden on their homestead. Before I do so, there's a number of things I just need to do here on our farm to set it up so I can leave. And then the first order of things is to feed the ducks and chickens. Breakfast time, ladies. Come get your breakfast. And this morning, Sayla's gonna help me out.
Hi.
She's gonna go ahead and gather the duck eggs while I gather a number of materials that we're gonna take to help our friends out in establishing their garden on their homestead. I'm pretty excited about it, and we're pretty excited about it because I still remember when we first got started here and just not knowing what you're doing, but you're just super excited about getting started. And I feel honored to have a privilege to be able to go and help them get their garden started. So, are you pretty excited, Sayla?
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, you gather the eggs, and I'm gonna go gather some items that we're gonna take to their house.
Okay. Well, you're probably wondering, why am I gathering the eggs early in the morning? The ducks, they lay early in the morning, and they lay late at night. So, that's why I'm gathering them at this time.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Alright, we got the broad forks, some shovels, tomato cages, chainsaw, wheel hoe, cultivator, some netting, just in case you have any problem with deer, just kind of put over the crops. And we're gonna let them use some of the landscape fabric here as well. Slow these up.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me.
Alrighty, we're also gonna be testing out some of these tools from Radius Garden. And right here we have one of their root slayers. So we're probably gonna be having to deal with some roots. And right here we just have a floral shovel, which can come in handy. And then we have a large, extra large root slayer that we're gonna try out as well. I like the handle right here, it's pretty cool. Oh man, I almost forgot. We have plants for them. We started some plants in our greenhouse that we've been using to transplant, and I've saved a few for our friends. So I really think it would be a really neat idea, and I've been super excited about helping them out, but it would really be a neat idea if there was a show that farmers, people who are a little more advanced, went and helped others got started. That would be a really neat reality show. So there's an idea for somebody out there. Here we have some cucumbers, some squash, and some really neat Japanese peppers. Here we have some muir lettuce, and a few tomato plants that really need to be transplanted, so it'll be perfect for them. Also, here's some comfrey, which is great for every homestead. Alright, So I'm not able to fit these in the front seat, so no morning is complete without a little bit of drama and trying to figure something out. So I'm gonna try to see if we can rearrange some stuff, put these in the back seat. Tight squeeze. We got it. Running a little late, so we're on our way. Well, we are here at the homestead of Evan and Kyra. And for those of you who've been watching our vlog here recently, you may have seen Evan in a couple cameo appearances helping us out at our homestead, setting up our walk-in cooler and doing some of the electrical work on our farm and for our wash and pack station. Well, Evan and Kyra had a really neat wedding a couple years ago where he was dressed up as well as the rest of the groomsmen in kilts. It was really neat to see them in that get-up. One of the first things we need to do here is we need to first unload the tools that are brought, and we're going to start off the project for today of cleaning up and clearing out the walkway so we can get to the area of the garden that we're going to be working on, just to make sure that instead of tripping over things and having a hard time of having to get to the garden area, we're going to make that area clean so that way we can work more efficiently. I think they thought I was crazy when I suggested starting with clearing off a walkway first. But having a clear walkway will make things a lot easier. More efficiently to walk back and forth to get the tools and different things that we need. And a lot safer too. Alrighty, now that we have a mostly clear walkway, we can easily access and move around efficiently to the garden area that we're going to be working on here. And let's just show you where the garden area is going to be. Right in here. My goal is to be able to have them where they can plant something and have something growing at the end of the day today. But as you can see, we got a lot of work cut out for us. So we're just going to have to see what we got to do. We got to clear out all this debris, all these branches, some of the roots. Evan's working hard right now. So we're definitely going to get our exercise in for today. Evan's already working up a sweat, so I'm going to get out there and help him out. I feel like I'm on one of those makeover shows where it's like, let's make over their garden. And look at Kyra over here working like a champion. It would have been really nice to have a power harrow or excavator to help prepare this area, but that's not what we had. And you just gotta do what you gotta do with what you have sometimes. All we had was a number of hand tools, my mini cultivator, but we had a lot of heart and a lot of excitement and eagerness to get this job done. What's it called again?
It's I think it's a weed sling.
Okay.
So it's like a scythe, just the old school technology.
There we go.
No gas required.
There we go. Alrighty, we are making some progress here. We're actually seeing some soil. Yes. No more brush in this area here. Still got plenty more to go. And some of you may be wondering, why aren't we using such and such equipment? Why aren't we using this? Well, some of our equipment's just not working today. and we're still gonna get the job done. Man and woman power, right? We also have a challenge here, these stumps. So we're just gonna have to see what we're gonna have to do to figure out how to work around them, get it out. Not sure just quite yet. And I forgot to warn Evan and Kyra that I sometimes get a little bit overly ambitious in some of the goals that I have for each day. So hopefully I won't push them too hard today, but I really want to help them get their garden set up and have something growing today. They may not think it can happen, but I think so. At this point, it began to feel really good. I began to feel like, hey, I think that we can reach the goal that I had of having this garden ready for them by the end of the day. We were using the broad fork and this tool from Radius Garden Tools called the Root Slayer. And I really like it. It's really good for getting out roots. I also really like the handle on it. With the round handle, you're able to get some good leverage and really able to work the tool effectively to get the roots out. Well, we haven't had much luck with the machines today, but I do have my rototiller that I'm going to try to use, and hopefully it starts, because we do want to go ahead and clean this up, and so that way we can add some compost in here and have them ready to start growing stuff pretty soon. So let's see if it starts. Oh, it started. I know some of you may be really big on no-till, and I am too, but however, it doesn't work on every application. And if you've never been to North Carolina and Georgia and some of the areas that have real heavy clay, well, you don't know what we're working with. And tilling is definitely needed sometimes. Look at all this clay here. And clay actually has a lot of nutrients in it, but it's hard to access it if it isn't broken up and amended with and given compost to it on a regular basis. All right, right now we put our line for our first edge of the garden bed. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make them 30-inch wide beds. And the reason why you wanna do 30-inch wide beds is because 30 inches is a good number for you to be able to reach across and work into different areas in your garden beds. That way you can reach over and work on each side, or you can straddle the bed and harvest as you need it. If you make it any wider than that, then you're having to reach over, hurt your back, and you might fall over, and you fall right over onto your plants, and you don't want that. So 30 inches is one of the best numbers to use size-wise for your garden beds. If you're shorter, 5'3" or under, you may want to consider going with 24 inches, but nobody here is that short, except for Salem. One of the mistakes that I made early on in gardening was I made my garden areas too big, and I didn't make enough walkways. So I wanted to make sure that Evan and Kyra had the proper spacing in this garden for them to start off and have a good start with their garden. All right, so we're at a point where we are taking lunch. Everyone else is up there eating lunch. I just finished. Had a nice salad with some millet and rice as well. So I feel refueled and ready to go and get back to work. We have 2 beds that are finished, mostly. We're gonna add some amendments and things to that, and a walkway as well. But ideally I want to get a total of 4, if not 5, 30-inch raised beds ready for them so they can go ahead and start growing things. They're really anxious and ready to start growing. So we're gonna do what we can to make that possible. I know ideally it's been best to prep the beds and do what you can to clear out the area and spread this process out over time, but that's not the reality of the matter. We're ready to get things growing right now. So we're gonna do what we need to do that. And we still have a lot more to clean out right here to prep and have some more beds for them. So we're gonna keep going, and we definitely are getting our exercise today. Get back to work. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, after we finish prepping this bed, Evan's going to show us around and we'll let you see the property and all the potential that is here for this homestead. What do you know, it's starting to rain just a little bit, so hopefully the rain holds off and we can really get this project done, or at least a really good start for them with their garden. So let's just hope this rain holds off. So as you can see, there's a lot of roots right here, and the mini cultivator actually got tangled up, and we're gonna have to loosen some of this up. But that is just part of the process. So just clearing out all these roots, so that way they can have nice clean garden beds. Well, I got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is, well, I didn't do a good enough job, so they fired me. So we gotta go. Just kidding. The good news, we'll go with the good news first. It is time to start transplanting some of the plants that we brought for them to transplant in the garden. Bad news, the real bad news is I didn't get 4 or 5 beds done like I thought I would. For the time and the resources that we have available right now, we were only able to get 3. So we're gonna go ahead and plant in those. So they didn't fire me. It's time to get back to work and finish the job before it gets dark. And at this point, Lacey and Micah came and joined us in transplanting a number of the plants that we had for Evan and Kyra. And I had been missing my little buddy, Micah, because he's always eager to give me a helping hand in whatever project I'm doing. Go ahead and cover it up. See? You gotta put the soil, put that soil right around it.
It's no.
Yeah?
No,
You wanna do another one? All right, let's move down to this hole. You wanna do it? All right, make your hole. You making a hole? All right, doesn't have to be too deep. All right, let me pick you. Let's pick one off right here. There you go. Go ahead and plant that pepper plant right there. Can you get it? Got it?
The most exotic.
All right, put it right in there. Put it in there.
Oh, I know, that's why.
Nope, you don't have to do that. Just put it in there. Just put it in there. Oh, watch out. Don't kill it.
Yeah.
You did it. Good job. Micah just helped me finishing planting the peppers, and we have some squash, and everyone is doing a great job here knocking out, transplanting all this lettuce. So you guys are gonna have a bunch of lettuce. Oh man, it feels so good to look at the progress that we made today. We made that goal happen. They have a garden now. They have lettuce growing, they have squash growing, and they also have some pepper plants. It is super exciting, and I'm super happy that I could help out Evan and Kyra with their garden today. All right, so we have wrapped it up for today's work. Got them 3 beds ready. We worked together and knocking it out. I really wanted to get 4 or 5, but just didn't happen. But pretty excited, and look forward to seeing you harvest all the things that you have ready. And it is really neat, the things that you guys are doing here. And I just want you to kind of talk about some of those things, the ideas that you have for this homestead, because I see a diamond in the rough here.
There's a lot of rough right now. So one of our first goals was to get a couple flower beds, or not flower, garden beds going, and get our lettuce, get a few other plants, vegetables just started. We've just had so much brush clearing. It's been just a challenge, just getting it squared away and just one step at a time. They helped us out a lot. Just in a day, this is a huge amount of work that we got a huge pro tip from, you know.
There we go, teamwork.
That's right. So we're long-term plans are to keep putting our garden beds down all the way down to the bottom of the hill, and we have a pond where we're going to be able to bring some water up into another water catchment setup, and then run down gravity fed. And we have a lot of plans, a lot of maybe some fruit trees, maybe some grapevines for winemaking down the road. And then possibly do like meat chickens and beef as well. So
it's pretty exciting, all the things that they have going on. He is also planning to finish building his partially or fully off-grid house, and like you said, chickens and maybe cattle at some point.
Cattle's the long-term goal.
So
yeah, so it's
pretty exciting. It's always neat to see someone who is taking the step and putting action in place to achieve their goals. So it's pretty exciting what you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
Hang in there. The challenges are going to come. You're going to have to push through the pain and the blood, sweat, and tears, but you're going to make it happen.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Sounds good.
All right.
Good deal.
I know that you're curious, I know that you're strong, but life can be furious and things can go wrong. You go, we're better off tomorrow, but who knows if we get joy or sorrow. Stay true to that fire in your heart and your soul. Don't drench your desire in what you can't control. We fly, try so hard to get there, and we might be lost but not forever.
So there you have it, a goat and sheep tractor.
There's things in life you simply need to know, but sun and rain and trust and letting go. It takes a bit of suffering, sleepless nights and wandering, before you make it safely to the end, the end, the end. Don't say you're ridiculous, you're not even close. Don't wish for indifference, you're not one of those. We fall, but we always rise up through it all. We get a little wiser.